Was the last time these two players met back in Mesa, and going for the winners gold medal here on championship court, the top seed Hunter Johnson will face Eduardo Irizarry, the 6th seed. These two met in the winners bracket final, a competitive match that went to 3 games.
Yeah, Irizarry played really well, and again, he's starting to play really well over the last 2-3 months and making his presence felt not only just on the single side, but on the double side of things as well. He took that first game against Hunter Johnson 11-6, but then dropped the last two 11-6, 11-4. I'm looking for him to come out really competitive and really confident today.
Yeah, and we talked about it yesterday with the physical and mental grind that is 3 tournaments back to back to back. Hunter Johnson, yes, it was difficult for him with the back injury, but in a sense it almost gave him that rest that he needed to come out and really play exceptional pickleball, and he is back to form here on Championship Sunday.
Johnson, the 29-year-old out of New Braunfels, Texas, just outside of San Antonio. 18 APP medals coming into this weekend, 7 of which have been gold. Johnson with a chance for the Triple Crown. He was the last player to have that opportunity, had the chance in Daytona Beach, had the chance in Mesa, could not convert. What's going to be the key for Johnson today? I know you said you liked the way he was playing lately, but in a match like this, what's the difference maker?
I think what it's going to come down to with Johnson's Triple Crown quest is men's doubles. It'll be the last match for today. That'll be the real test for him. You think it's mixed?
Nope.
You think it's this one?
I think it's this one, because if he doesn't get this one, he's got no shot at a Triple Crown.
Well, I was thinking he's going to roll through this one and then the next one.
No, but I do think singles-wise, I do agree with you. I think it's the men's one that it's going to come down to the toughest one that he's going to have a matchup. But don't go to sleep on that mixed one, because you have the veterans, Andre Daescu and Susanna Barr, who have been there before. But him playing with Allison Harris, it's a totally different animal.
Well, regardless, he has to win this one.
Yes, 100%.
It's time for our State Farm men's singles matchup. Eduardo Irizarry, Hunter Johnson, the top seed. Irizarry, 30 years old, out of Puerto Rico, played his collegiate tennis at St. Bonaventure, and a newcomer to the pickleball scene. But as you mentioned, he has been growing by leaps and bounds every single time he steps on the court.
Well, and a big part of it, too, and we're seeing it more from these tennis transplants that are coming over, is that they were trying to do tennis and pickleball. So they weren't getting as many reps in with pickleball. Once they go solely 100% pickleball and really focus on their pickleball game, now we're starting to see the progression, and that's something that we are starting to see from Irizarry.
And like you talk about, Chad, when these tennis players come into pickleball, they find the immediate success in singles right away. But it's the double side of things that takes them a little while, because the nuances for doubles aren't exactly the same as doubles tennis. Singles is very similar, but the nuances are a little different, and that's where they struggle when they come into pickleball.
Despite the success of Johnson, it's easy to forget that the Johnsons just started playing pickleball full-time in January of 2022, so still more recent than their tennis established history. Played at Louisiana, transferred to SMU, spent 5 years on the pro circuit, had a lot of success as a doubles team there. So as a pickleball player, still relatively new, has certainly made his mark as Johnson testing out the balls. It's worth noting as well that Irizarry makes his full-time home in Puerto Rico, so has to travel to every single tournament at a little bit more of length, cost, mental, physical toll, like we talked about, than some of these players that live full-time in the United States. So that's something that you have to factor in as well.
Well, even for Dom and I being down in Florida, it's 7, 8, 9 hours of travel to get back down to the bottom. He's got to go a little bit further. So you're taking a full day of travel and then a full day back. So it's a grind, and it's tough with all of the travel from just the altitude and everything, and the changes to the body there, and then you're trying to come out and perform and move quickly and everything. Yeah.
His opponent hails from Puerto Rico.
We are set to get underway here on championship court. Players just taking a final few moments. The sun peeking out of the clouds here in Avalon, New Jersey, after rain postponed play for about an hour this morning.
And if you need to take a call, please hop into our sponsor village. Thanks for your cooperation.
to make sure the left shoe was tied. Now the right shoe is tied.
We haven't had enough time.
Every player has those little idiosyncrasies you got to have right just before you play. I'm sure the two of you had your own in baseball and pickleball as well.
Baseball. Baseball's the worst. Yeah.
Baseball.
All right.
All right.
Let's do this.
Game on here in the men's singles gold medal match. Irizarry to serve first. Sprayed the backhand just a bit wide, did Irizarry.
Yeah, and that's what Johnson does. He forces you to be extremely fine.
Johnson, 4 years on the ATP Tour, collegiate tennis at SMU. Dream partner, Michael Johnson for doubles.
Oh, sneaks it over.
Soft touch.
I'm pretty sure that was Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Irizarry, 30 years old, out of Puerto Rico, lives there full-time. Coached tennis at Nicholls State, both the men's and women's programs, played at St. Bonaventure. Loves to play Scrabble as well. Avid Scrabble player. He said he's constantly getting those triple word scores.
Yeah, and that's what Irizarry has to do a little bit more of. When we saw this matchup in Mesa, he was trying to hit through Johnson. Since then, he's created a little bit of shape, some drops, trying to move Johnson around a little bit more at the kitchen line.
Can't get any love right there. Again, Hunter's upset because Irizarry got one early. Thinks he deserves one.
Unkind net cords all around here early on championship court. And Chad, to your point, Irizarry went back to that Mesa gold medal match, and he said he was a little bit overwhelmed by the moment. It was his first time on championship court. He wanted to play much more within himself in this match.
Oh, that was pretty.
Beautiful backhand from Irizarry.
Well, we've seen that from him, that one-handed backhand, and it's just nice because not only does he hit it well and strike it well, he creates shape on it too. And so he's going down the line, but he pulls that one cross-court. A lot of shape on it, beautifully done.
A la Stan Wawrinka. Nice angle on the overhead to put it away.
Yeah, and if he tries to go, Johnson's hanging out middle of the court there. If he tries to go back through middle, Johnson, better chance to get that one back, but a good deep angle. Johnson not able to catch up to it.
Wow.
Oh, what a backhand cross court.
Again, it's that one-hander, and you said Wawrinka. I'm looking at Federer right there,
well,
and
Wawrinka
it is just
was baby-fed.
Yeah. But again, right there, he creates so much shape on it. You don't see that very often here in pickleball. You see a lot of two-handers, but not a lot of one-hand shape like that.
Oh.
Went with a backhand slice. But, Dom, does that one hand, because there's not many on tour, give him an advantage? Because you don't see it very often.
I'm not sure it's an advantage, but I think it is something that is unique to him. Guys just need to figure it out.
Ooh.
Johnson pushes the forehand wide.
Well, the thing with the one-hand backhand roll is it's much more difficult. You have to be so strong in the wrist and in the forehand compared to the two-hander where you're going with a little bit more left hand. It's like a left-hand forehand to get the roll. So it's a very difficult shot with a one-hand backhand roll.
Johnson calls the serve long.
Zero three.
0-3 here early on.
That's just such a good cut right there from Irizarry as he just carves this ball out and just deadens it. Makes it very tough for Johnson to get up and underneath it.
Irizarry did take game one in the winner's bracket final. That was 11-6 before dropping the next two, 6 and 4. Couldn't come up with the forehand there.
Yeah, that's better pressure from Johnson there, taking the balls out of the air, cutting down the reaction time of Irizarry, and then just a nice deep backhand roll there.
easy overhead put away for Hunter.
Yeah, it's just too good right there. He had Irizarry on full sprint right there to the sideline. All he can do is just flip this up and hope Johnson makes a mistake.
Johnson able to get on the board at 1-4 here in game number 1 of this men's singles gold medal match to start off our full day of play here at the 2023 APP Sunmed New Jersey Open. Tried to go backhand line. Hunter has had some success yesterday, we saw. Couldn't get it there.
Yeah, he just caught that one a little late, and it flattened out on him. Didn't have as much shape. He was trying to get that one to dip below the net.
Couldn't handle the serve from Irizarry.
Again, right there, we talk about it, Chad. The only time that hit and run works is in baseball, and the only reason it does work is because it's two different people doing two different things. When you hit and run at the same time in pickleball, it makes it very difficult because that ball's moving up and down. You got to hit first and run second.
Irizarry sprays the backhand wide. And sometimes that is the challenge with that one-hander. You have to have that really good control to keep it in the court.
Timing has to be perfect.
Also like baseball.
Yes.
1-4.
Oh, tried to cut it, but got the top of the net.
And he just tried to do a little too much with that backhand slice on the volley. You saw a larger swing there from him. Tried to really cut that, put a lot of spin on it to try to throw off Johnson, but with a swing that large, that's the risk you take of finding the top of the net. Johnson very easily could have missed that one.
No, 100%, because it was just sitting there, right? And it almost took him kind of aback because he babied the forehand right there instead of getting much on it.
Are those slow balls harder to handle than some of the ones that come right at you?
I think it was more he had too much time.
Got to think about it. Overhead put away from Irizarry, goes back cross court.
Yeah, just a little too high there from Johnson, trying to roll it. Gives it a little too much lift.
You'll see players going to their towels often today. The sun is out. The temperature is rising after the rain moved out of the area. Oh, beautiful forehand from Johnson to go behind Irizarry.
Yeah, and Irizarry kind of overcommitted here, trying to recover back to the middle. Was anticipating that Johnson was going to go cross court with it. A good ball from Johnson going inside in, back behind. Or I should say inside out, back behind on the forehand side.
We're Australian. You're Australian. We'll give you a pass.
I don't know what's the difference between north, south, east, and west anymore.
Johnson trying to be just a little too fine with that ball right there, but that's what Irizarry does to you, is he forces you to try and be just a little too perfect because of his court coverage and his quickness.
Oh, he missed it.
Irizarry pushing that long. John, you mentioned his court quickness. His favorite tennis player is Novak Djokovic. He modeled his tennis game after Joker and carrying some of that into the pickleball style of play.
Well, yeah, and again, it's never give up. It's always playing points out, and Joker, one of the best at that.
Get a chance to go for Major 24 later this afternoon. Well, that's an easy backhand flick.
Yeah, Johnson just not quite finding the rhythm and the control on the rolls right now that he's looking for. He's left a couple of them sitting up. That one, again, just a little too high. He's hanging out on the backhand side of the court.
4-3.
Trading errors as Johnson able to get back on serve.
3-4.
Still 3-4. Irizarry got to it, couldn't bring it back in the court.
So that ball right there from Hunter Johnson, he puts a lot of backspin on that ball, and then as Irizarry comes through it, that backspin, it just hurts him a little bit on that forehand.
How do you deaden a forehand like that?
instead of swinging through it, just block that right there. And again, angle of your paddle. Get that down.
Yeah, he had to down the line there, but chose to go back cross court. Even if he makes that, he's pulled so far out. If Irizarry can get to it, he's in a lot of trouble. So good job from Irizarry moving Johnson around the court. It's a, he's made the adjustment since we saw him here on Championship Sunday in Mesa.
Beautiful overhead angle from Hunter.
Some good gets from Irizarry. I thought the ball on the sideline here was past him, but he ends up getting a paddle on, not only getting a paddle on it, but keeping it into play. But just too much Johnson right there.
Irizarry with a lot of quickness and agility. Oh, down the line. Hunter gets the winner.
Yeah, beautifully done. Hunter Johnson right down that line. You watch this here. Irizarry may be thinking that was going to go wide.
1 minute.
Hunter Johnson leading at 5-4 here early on in the men's singles gold medal match. We take our Tervis hydration break. Those have been particularly important throughout this entire weekend.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of heat-related issues yesterday in men's doubles. Some of the guys that have a tendency to sweat a little bit more definitely struggled with the humidity here. So, without Tervis bottles, we stay nice and hydrated here in the booth. But I'm more partial to a little bit of caffeine to try to keep me up and going.
A little more rain than drip drop for you.
Yeah, there's a little bit more rain today.
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
With Irizarry and Johnson locked in a battle here early on, who has executed their game plan better?
I mean, they're both playing very well right now. It's a tight match. I like Irizarry when he came out and with that one-hander. He's gotten a little loose with it right now a little bit and leaving it up a little high. We'll see if he can dial that back in.
Johnson with his first lead of the match at 5-4. Oh, Irizarry got to it, but Johnson going line to line.
Well, and the key was Johnson got that last ball out of the air. He did not let Irizarry set his feet and get back into play. He forced him to a dead sprint, try and get that ball, keep it in play.
Four.
6-4.
Oh, that's
what
pretty.
A forehand, just uncorked it cross court.
Yeah, he's found a little bit more rhythm here, and the way that he did that was he hit through a couple of those balls that he was trying to drop, and now he's just dropped it back a step, adding some shape, and a beautiful inside-out forehand there. Getting Irizarry fully outstretched on the backhand side.
We've seen Johnson play very loose throughout the entire tournament. Got the backhand just a little too fine.
Well, he gets the left-handed reset right here. I mean, when you're feeling good, when you can go left hand and just reset that ball.
One of the things that Irizarry has been working on are the drives. Said has a tendency to go for too much, and there misses the backhand.
Right on cue there, Dorian. And just a little too much with that backhand, that one-hander. He was dialed in the first 2 or 3 points, and now it's gotten, like I said earlier, a little
shaky.
Off. Yeah.
Sometimes I know what I'm talking about.
Ball floated just a little bit. We do have line judges here on Championship Court on Championship Sunday.
A bit of a late call, but it is long, and so the point will go to Hunter Johnson as he has doubled up Eduardo Irizarry here in game number 1.
8-4.
Just beautiful court movement from Johnson right now. He's really picking the spots.
Well, it's good composure as well, because very easily could he have tried to rush that forehand to get it down the line before Irizarry got into position, but he's executing the balls. He's not rushing through now, and that's what you talked about earlier, Dom, as far as running and moving through your shot. If you can set yourself, even if it's a pause for a split second, now you can execute before you recover or move to the next position.
Yeah, again, completely agree. But in singles, that's where it becomes just a little more difficult, where you have to play these balls on the run. You have to know how to play these balls on the run. But again, if you can set your feet, it's all about setting those feet for that split second so you can properly execute that next shot.
Irizarry getting a couple of words of encouragement from his middle brother Hector, who he played men's doubles with. His girlfriend Alejandra is here with him. His dad Neftali also here at this tournament. His mom Wendy's back at home.
What about Hector? Hector's got some game. He
They
came out of nowhere.
Game.
I liked Hector's game yesterday when we watched them play together.
Oh, Hunter Johnson's going to like that forehand put away.
Yeah, gets a little help from the net court here. Good job by Irizarry just to even adjust to that ball as it kicked up.
And brings up game point. Sails long on Irizarry as Hunter Johnson comes down from 3-0 to take set number 1. 11-4 here in the men's gold medal match. We'll have game 2 action coming up next at the APP Sunmed New Jersey Open.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour.
The APP is presented by Skechers, Powerplate, Yola, and Level Up.
As soon as we have them.
Welcome back to Championship Court here at the 2023 APP Sunmed New Jersey Open. Hunter Johnson, the top seed, taking it game 1 over Eduardo Irizarry, 11-4. Johnson just starting his quest today to be the first man in the APP this year to capture a Triple Crown.
Yeah, and again, he's got a tall task today. It's not going to be smooth sailing, but again, it doesn't happen without taking this first one. He looks good so far here in singles.
Irizarry started out strong in game number 1, had the backhand working out to a 4-1 lead before Johnson ripped off 10 consecutive points. Chad, what does Irizarry need to get back to here in game number 2?
Well, he's got to just put a little bit more pressure on Johnson. When Johnson was under pressure, he was floating those balls. He wasn't getting the timing that he needed to keep those down. So, if Irizarry can add just a little bit more pace to his balls, it may put a little bit more pressure on Johnson again. But ultimately, it's all about playing clean here as well. And that's not the start you want.
No, that's not clean.
No.
The unforced errors are what can really add up in pickleball, just the games to 11. Johnson trying to cut the forehand back cross court.
And again, because that ball bounced, Irizarry was able to recover. I think the best shot for Johnson would have been just an easy cross-court dink. Irizarry was dead sprint cross-court.
0-1.
But Johnson rushed it just a little bit.
Irizarry can't find the roll on the backhand.
Yeah, and they're flattening out a little bit on him. I was watching him in warm-up. He was trying to get more height on that backhand. But also, too, is when Johnson's getting up there quickly and putting pressure on, it's tough if you leave it up just a little bit.
Oh, forehand cross-court, beautiful shot from Hunter.
That's just clean.
Easy power.
It's clean right there, and it's nice and easy. He doesn't rush it. And again, when he sets his feet and stays very technical, he's going to be very hard to beat.
Hunter has looked very impressive in his return to play after missing last week. There's a nice response from Irizarry.
Yeah, and a good punch volley right there. Doesn't try to overhit it, paddle out in front, just firm down and through the court.
Dom, you talked about the pressure that Johnson applies by coming forward. Irizarry has already mentioned he has a tendency to go for too much. Do those things work in conjunction? Yeah, easy put away.
Yeah, again, because it puts pressure on. And again, the name of the game is pressure. And you see two totally different matches here from this men's final to the women's final. These men, 99% of the time when they return serve, they go straight to the kitchen line. The women, there's only a handful that do that. Most of them will stay back and wait for the right moment to move forward.
Irizarry can't come up with the forehand.
Yeah, in good shape there again on the forehand from Johnson, plus the pace. He's going for firmer rolls now. When you see that late dive below the net, even if Irizarry gets that back up, it's going to be a higher volley.
Oh, these just...
It almost went over.
Well,
but he would have been in the kitchen because the paddle went right through the kitchen.
But Johnson just picking his spots so pristinely this morning. This is some of the best pickleball I've seen him play.
Well, he made the adjustment from early on in game one where he was trying to go with a little bit slower paced roll, and we saw those balls sitting up. He wasn't getting the shape or the drop that he was wanting to on it. Now he's gone firmer. He's hitting it clean, but even there, so it's got such good shape, and it's a late dive over the net. Irizarry gets there, but it's falling away so quickly that he can't catch up.
Dom, we've talked about Johnson going for the Triple Crown already today, but how important is it to get through this match efficiently, knowing that he's got two more as the heat and the humidity increases?
100%. The last thing he wants to do is go 3, then a possibility of a loss and have to go a game to 15. That is not how you want to start your day when you have 3 matches. But think of this too. These players are used to playing. If you make it through a winter bracket final, say on a full draw, you're playing 4 to 5 2 out of 3 matches, okay? So it's not like they're not used to it. The issue, I believe, for most of these players is Hunter's going to play a match right now, then he's going to go sit for an hour and a half. Then he's going to play a match, and he's going to sit for an hour and a half. That is more grueling for these players than it is if, I guarantee you, he'd rather go play this match, take 15, 20 minutes off, play the next one, and play them 3 back-to-back-to-back than having to sit for an hour and a half.
When it comes to pure court time, that would favor Irizarry. Oh, you can't. That's an overhead you have to have.
Well, he just tries to go for a little too much angle here. You saw him trying. It's almost going into the corner of the kitchen. He's going so short with that one, but he did not want to give Johnson a chance to even put a paddle on that overhead.
Irizarry gets the friendly net cord.
Well, he'll take it. He needs any kind of break he can get right here. Slow the roll of Hunter Johnson as he's up 5-0 in this second game.
Johnson, tons of success on the tour this year, already with 5 gold medals in men's singles.
0-5.
Majority of those have come against Brother Yates. Irizarry can't connect on the forehand.
And you got Hunter Johnson just head nodding as he comes back, knowing he struck that ball really well. He hit it exactly where he wanted. He had Irizarry on a dead sprint trying to make that play.
paints the line with the forehand. Another winner for Johnson.
Yeah, he's got a lot of confidence on the forehand side right now. Again, 2 nice inside-out forehands. Taking those, adding the shape, adding the top spin. And he's committing to it. He's not slowing the paddle down. The acceleration is all the way through finish.
One-way traffic here on Championship Court as Johnson tacks on another point.
Well, in my head, I'm like, well, he's got to find his backhand. Well, there's his backhand, and then he just creates so much shape on that one, too. So, again, he's just dialed in with everything on the forehand and backhand side. 7-0 lead.
Well, yeah, Irizarry's trying to do just a little too much right now as well. We saw it on the overhead. We saw it on a couple of the cut volleys, on the slice volleys. That last one on the forehand side. Again, he's trying to think about not letting Johnson hit another ball. But when you go too fine or you're trying to do too much, then you're floating with the sidelines, you're floating with the net. He needs to make Johnson hit balls, but he needs to make him be moving sideline to sideline.
Hunter Johnson not looking too terribly tested here in this men's gold medal match, but let's give credit where credit's due. We've talked about Irizarry and his improving game. Where does he look like he's improved to the two of you since Mesa?
Again, he in Mesa, he was more of a grip and rip, right? There was not a lot of strategy to it, and he was getting away with it because, again, one, you see these new players, too. You just haven't seen them, and it's kind of got figured out a little bit for about a month, maybe like 2 or 3 months. Now, all of a sudden, he's figured out what he needs to do. He's got more strategy involved in his game.
And Johnson can't get the net cord roll. Not many things have not gone his way here in this match.
Well, that was an excellent return there from Irizarry with heavy backspin on the slice. Ball didn't come up. Johnson wasn't able to get under it enough.
Johnson finding absolutely every line.
Well, Irizarry trying to go around the post there because that's literally all he had left.
Was there a question about whether or not that ball was
Yeah, referee thought that ball went in.
7-0.
Had the shot cross court, but just couldn't get it over the net.
The best part about when Hunter Johnson is going with that forehand cross court, he's getting so much shape on it. Irizarry really only has one shot, and it's to block it flat. You watch when Hunter Johnson hits it, he's in a dead sprint already to that spot because it's very difficult for Irizarry to go back across his body.
Oh, he got
it. Irizarry goes around the post.
This time gets a little bit more depth. What?
There's
called out.
What?
The ball was called out.
What? Ball was in. Was it?
Johnson called it in, but it is 7-0.
Oh, he's diving on the court again, just trying to catch up to that forehand from Johnson.
Unreal. And again, it's the pressure, the pace, and the shape on top of that ball. That's just creating issues here for Irizarry.
When's the last time you saw Hunter Johnson look this good?
This clean?
Yes.
4 or 5 months ago?
Yeah.
Are you surprised now it's coming at the end of a tournament or end of the season, rather?
Oh, he had a little bit of time off.
That is true. Irizarry cutting it too much. You have to go for the margin.
In the middle of the point, he broke his paddle. His paddle snapped off the handle right there, and in the middle of that point. And he still wins the point.
Well, I think potentially, too, he put his paddle down on the court to stop himself.
And that's where it happened on that side.
Oh, yeah. Showing it off to the crowd. Giving away a free gift.
Oh, look at the ultimate entertainer. That being Hunter Johnson, just giving paddles away now. Someone's going to ask for an autograph.
I was just going to say, someone better get him to sign that.
He better give an autograph on that when the game's over.
So much for delamination. You're just going with a loose handle, and you're getting extra whip. Yeah, I know. You put the paddle down.
I know. he's talking to us here in the booth going, I played the whole point with a broken paddle.
You talk about neck chords and when you're playing confident. When you can win points with a broken paddle, that's when you really know that things are going your way.
It's going well.
It has been a good morning here for Hunter Johnson so far as he is taking game 1 11-4, game 2 up 9-0 as he is closing in on his 6th men's singles gold medal of the APP season. Johnson will play later in both the mixed doubles final and the men's doubles final as well, as we take a few moments trying to get him a new paddle. Where's Yates on that?
Well, he left his bag over in the pro tent, which is
behind us.
A longer trip.
Well, while Hunter Johnson gets a new paddle, we're going to go ahead and step away for just a second. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here at the APP Sunmed New Jersey Open.
We save time when we buy and book online at discounttire.com.
Which means more time.
Wait, take a check.
Kyle, it's pickleball.
Every time. 002.
Get 30% shorter average wait time when you buy and book online at discounttire.com.
We started this mission in tennis about 5 years ago. We've been perfecting our craft and our tools. We now see a phenomenal opportunity to take all that and bring it into pickleball to support an emerging ecosystem that's booming. And it's a super complementary partnership for us with the experience and the existing events that are up and running, the recreational element of APP. It's a fantastic 1 + 1 is going to equal 4. So we're thrilled to be partnering with APP.
Welcome back to Championship Court as top seed Hunter Johnson just 2 points away from taking the gold in the men's singles final. Taking on Eduardo Irizarry. Smart backhand flick from Irizarry.
Well, Hunter Johnson go, why don't you go around the post on that? That covered. But again, that's good recognition, too, from Irizarry, seeing Hunter Johnson out of his peripheral vision. Yeah, I dropped peripheral vision in there.
Now spell it.
Peripheral. That's beautiful. And see right there, Irizarry, since the second or third point of the game, I thought he was dialed in with that one-hander. And then ever since then, he has been either high, like very high with it, or into the net. He just has not had that one-handed backhand dialed in.
9-0.
9-0. Johnson trying to go line.
And he just decelerated a little bit on that one. The shape came quickly. It was above the net and then dropped down straight into the top.
Yeah, again, great coverage right there. Reads the two-handed backhand from Hunter Johnson and creates a great angle.
Irizarry able to get on the board here in game number 2. So the tough thing about playing Hunter Johnson is that Johnson simply has no weaknesses. And it's been tough sledding as Irizarry drops another forehand in the net.
Yeah, it's a good deep ball there. You saw Irizarry catch that one late. Ball's almost level with the hip. So it has a tendency to flatten out when it gets that deep.
Irizarry went for the backhand flick, had it for a second, couldn't come up with it.
Again, it's Johnson that puts that pressure on because he's getting one more ball back over, and he forces you to try and be just a little too fine.
That brings up championship point for Hunter Johnson.
One.
He got that kind of off the edge of the paddle. He did not get it very
got
clean.
it right at the top.
Yep. When you get that at the top, what creates is it creates more whip, right? Because it's higher on that paddle, more whip through that ball. That's exactly why I pulled it wide.
Oh, get out of town.
Down the line. Are you kidding, Hunter Johnson?
Miss it? Little.
No, his body's falling the complete opposite way.
Yep.
Catches the line.
Yep. Catches it off the edge and a beautiful shot down that line.
Well, Irizarry able to save one championship point, but Hunter Johnson will get another with a few in his back pocket after a beautiful backhand.
One.
And Johnson is golden once again. Hunter Johnson wins the men's singles gold medal match. He beats Eduardo Irizarry 11-4, 11-1. We will hear from Hunter Johnson when we return here on Championship Court at the APP Sunmed New Jersey Open.
Years from today, Greg Gerstner will finally land the perfect cannonball. Unsuspecting friends? Check. Epic water displacement? Big check. A work of art that's only possible because Greg is already meeting all these same people at AARP volunteer and community events.
The APP is presented by LS, Gamma, the Boca Raton, and Franklin.
And the Boca Raton championship point here for Hunter Johnson as he takes another gold, Chad.
Yeah, Johnson just too clean and too strong today. Irizarry trying to do a little too much there, missing that return. And Hunter Johnson coming away with his first gold in his quest for the Triple Crown here in New Jersey. Dorian is courtside with both our players.
Let's give it up one more time for both of our finalists in the men's singles gold medal final, everyone. Hunter, we'll get to you in just 1 second. Eduardo, you and I talked earlier. Your first championship match was in Mesa. This is your second one. You've improved so much since then, but where have you seen your game grow the most over the course of this tournament?
Well, playing a lot of tournaments definitely helped me a lot, boost my confidence. First I want to say congrats to Hunter. He just, I felt good for the first 4 points, and then he just turns it up, and I'm like, wow, I don't know what to do. And I also want to thank the APP. Their job has been tremendous. The hospitality, they made me feel special in every tournament. So thank you very much. And for the crowd, thank you for your support. I won 5 points. I tried my best. He's just a beast, and I just gotta get better. Hopefully this final will help me prepare for the upcoming tournaments.
Eduardo, I'm sure we will see you again on championship court soon. Ken Herman, founder of the APP. Eduardo, it's your silver. Let's give it up, everyone, for Eduardo. And now it is time for our gold medal interview powered by Franklin. Hunter, we've seen you play so loose this week. What has really been the key to keeping you so relaxed and having fun out there?
Yeah, I just actually came back from injury. In Philly, I kind of hurt my back, and so I took 2 tournaments off. And luckily, I kind of was smart with it and just didn't want to push it and just rehabbed, got it better. And yeah, kind of came to this tournament not really expecting too much. I kind of always try to stay mentally just neutral, and it seemed to pay off. So yeah, I got a couple more left to try to get after. So yeah, hopefully the crowd gets behind me. Come on.
You do have a couple more matches coming up here on championship court. What is going to be the key for you to maintain throughout the day? Yeah, just recover here pretty quick, get a couple bananas maybe in me and some hydration. But yeah, just kind of reset and refocus, and 2 more to go, and just kind of take every point as it comes. Well, Hunter, congratulations. We'll see you back out here very soon. Hunter Johnson, everyone, your men's singles gold medal champion here at the 2023 APP Sunmed New Jersey Open.
Well, there he is, Hunter Johnson on top of the podium once again, Chad. He was very impressive.
Yeah, if he continues this play throughout today, very good chance of him walking away with his first Triple Crown.